Hey guys, this is Malakith and welcome to part 11 of my Fall of the Samurai. Let's play with the Choshu, or however you want to pronounce it. So, last episode you saw me defending Hizen here against what was quite a large army with a lot of cannon firepower. And they really did decimate one of my units, but I managed to make sure it was the garrison units that took most of the damage, so my standing army, as you can see, is quite healthy. These guys being the only exception, but they're replenishing quite nicely. I'm currently recruiting some katana troops to help defend the walls, because as you can see, straight after destroying that first army, there's another one marching up. This time with a pair of generals, some bow samurai on horseback, and quite a few more troops. Backed up by yet another army full of sharpshooters and other fun things. Now, we haven't seen which way they're going to go yet. If they follow these AI's planning from last round, they will still head back to this castle town down here. If they did decide to come up here, I've now reinforced with several units of modern line infantry and a couple of sharpshooter units. You'll also find my Daimyos up here, so the loyalty of those troops should be as high as it's ever going to be. We'll just have to wait and see where they actually end up going. So I think I've nearly finished this turn. I'm not spending this money because I'm saving up for a trade port with the British, because that lets me get the Royal Marines and various other things. There's not too much happening up on the mainland. I'm keeping these two as peaceful buffers against that rather large, what they call the Wakayama clan, who are to my east, and trying to deal with the Shogunate sympathizers down here in the southwest, so I'm not fighting on two fronts. But it's very much a defensive game at the moment after taking these two towns initially. My allies to the east here don't seem to be doing anywhere near as much as I hoped they would, but that might change. So let's get going, end the turn and see what happens. Hearts and Minds mission failed. Never mind. Trade route raided. Okay, so this guy's heading west, which I did kind of expect as that was the AI's plan last time. But he's not brought his backup with him, which is more interesting. Also puts these guys in bombardment range. So they've lost some units. Did we get any promotions? One ship. Yeah, one ship got promoted.
Ready for orders.
Now, I'm not going to go out and meet him. We did just get our katana samurai recruited, however, so that will be good. Do I want to make use of ninja? It's tempting, but actually first I'm going to build that trade port while I remember, before I go spending all the money. And then we've got this extra district to build, so I can get reduced training cost, a cannon battery, which I don't really want, an inn, source of money, but so is a cottage industry, or a traditional dojo. I'll go with the cottage industry because I kind of want the money. Money's going to be my lifeblood till I can get some more territory under my belt. So the port's on fire, but the castle itself is fine. Let's see. Let's get a couple more spear levy. Or one more. Sacrificial units like that are always going to be useful. Quartermaster's report, that was just the katanas. And I guess that will do. Okay. So he's put my castle under siege. Not actually attacking it. Now, if I was to march that army out, they should fare pretty well against those guys. Can they reach in one turn is the question. I think first I will bombard these guys. So we've done some nice damage on the cannons and some of their other units. Let's try it. It's got to be worth a go. And they're going to fight it as well. Within bombard range, and I've got superior numbers. They do have cavalry, but I've got enough spearmen in there that I should be able to negate them. So, let's go. Let's see what does the map look like. So it looks like we've got some high ground in the middle here. I'm not sure how high it is. There's 4 tiers of elevation, but really give you a great indication of how steep that is. And I should be able to deploy my sharpshooters ahead of my deployment zone, so I may be able to set up an ambush for them going there. But I don't want them getting caught by the cavalry. So nice and dry, let's go with that one. So let's see, it's not amazingly steep, but it's still a reasonable amount of elevation, I guess. It's whether I want to come fight for it or take the open plains and try and swing around behind, but I think if I try and swing around in the north they'll just hide in these trees and things. So let's have... First off, let's get everyone out of the way. Let's have a unit of spear levy on the left flank with, let's see, 2 units of levy infantry. Then I think I'll have my modern infantry. Then we'll have the next 3 levies on the right flank with the other spear levy. So depending on how wide the enemy deploys, they may swing round onto their flank. And then we'll have these 2 spear levy as backup units to cover the flank for if those horses try to run around. And the general can hide in the middle. And the sharpshooters, where can they deploy? They can't deploy in front. Maybe they can only deploy in front when they're defending. So they can hide in woodland and they can hide in light scrub and they remain hidden whilst firing. So they're probably a good unit to have. Let's get this started.
Today, sir, we attack.
Where are they? They're spread fairly wide.
Sharpshooters!
Sharpshooters go.
Spears at the ready.
You guys go for this flank.
What is your command?
You guys go for there.
Sweep them from the field.
Spears to the fore.
You guys go for there. And then you 3 can run and hide in these trees for now.
For the general.
General can walk. Right, what's he doing? He seems to be faring very static.
My orders, Lord! Moving forward, my lord!
So, oh, here he goes. He's moving now. Let's actually line up along this bank.
At the double.
And the sharpshooters, yep, you guys can carry on moving up into there. You can move up onto this reverse slope. Sharpshooters can hold fire till I tell them to. Ah, he's pulling back. Interesting.
Following orders!
Ready for orders. Ready for order.
Okay, let's take the time to
Your levy.
organise this how I want then.
Sweep them from the field! Levies are ready, sir!
We are ready for orders.
Lord! Let them taste steel!
Who's missing from there? You.
Spears that's ready!
Sweep them from the field.
Heavy infantry. They're not as packed as I would like them to be. Okay, let's have a focus fire on his general. See if we can't force him out. You guys can sneak down the trees a little bit. Get into range. So I can hear the guns firing off in the distance somewhere. Can we see them? Here they come. You guys can open fire whenever you feel like it. You know, hold.
What is your command?
Where are these elite infantry? Let's... That wasn't what I wanted. How do I cancel that? I'll do. Wasn't quite the way I wanted to cancel it, but... Line you guys there.
Levies at your command!
Spears at the ready.
You guys there. And really it should just be
Spears at your command.
these.
Sweep them from the field!
That with them on the end.
Let them taste steel.
So let's have you guys shuffle forward a little bit.
You get it!
Still hidden because they're in the trees and they're moving in the trees. Let's have them open fire.
Pick your targets!
Should be able to shoot some of these guys who are now busy running. Okay, we've got some shots on these. Seems they're all shuffling to that corner. Okay. Oops.
We await orders.
Try and highlight my line. There we go. And you.
Spear levy.
And reorganize you. Where's the map edge? Like that. With then this end. Oh, we got some big movement going on.
Spear levy.
How big's the area? It's pretty large. Let's go for that. Got their sharpshooters taking fire from mine now. They seem to be taking a lot of fire as well. These four are Neil fire. Those levy can't do it. They in range? Yeah, they are. They're sharpshooters. Okay, we're gonna have to push these forward.
We await orders. What is your command?
Returning to formation.
Advance. Cover the flank.
At the double.
And hold there. Neil on fire.
Preparing. Fire.
Right, then this flank. Let's see where they've gone. You guys charge those sharpshooters.
The levy is ready, sir. Levy orders. Form the flanks
These
down.
units move in.
Spears to the fore. At the double.
Charge those horses if you can. So we've got enemies advancing all along the line. Revolver cavalry getting charged by my spearmen. This unit's going to get hit now, although those horses just took huge casualties. Let's bring the general in. Bump all his abilities. Looks like the enemies are running all along the line.
Your general is under attack.
Need to hold
Your
that position.
victory is close, sir.
Yep, enemies running all along the line. End the battle. So we managed to wipe out their entire army, which is good. I took a few too many casualties on that modern infantry unit there, but they did get charged by cavalry, unfortunately. So, and friendly fire incidents, I had a few, not too many. Kills wise, it's all about those modern infantry and the sharpshooters. And look at that, those numbers are silly. Guess it's just a reload rate on these guys. So that's that army cut down.
Yes, my lord.
I've already fired that now, haven't I?
That is
Yep.
impossible, sir.
What's he got? So if he decides to stay there, I can charge him in the rear and have a sally out with these guys in a
Ready for
main battle with these. What I suspect he'll do is turn around and try and attack this general though.
My lord.
So let's see if I can lock him in place. It's not a high percentage chance, but it's probably worth the money.
I will not fail.
Come on, Shinobi. Yes, excellent. So they can't move, which means next turn I can attack them from behind. Right, let's get to that then. Enemies of the Emperor. This clan. Defeat an army or navy belonging to the guys we're busy fighting. That's doable. This province should probably recruit some more troops now, seeing as I've just walked off with their entire army. So let's bombard him.
Latin there. My sword for you, my lord.
And charging from the rear. So, yep, all those units are coming out. Not quite sure why these guys have lost men, but got the option to control large army. Okay. I've got the option to not control both as a single force, but I am going to. These cannons may prove problematic, but the fact those Armstrong guns took quite so much damage off my cannons, off my boats, will help things. So from the map, he gets position, and I get the nice high position. Dry weather conditions, those will do. So my reinforcements come on directly behind his deployment and will get summarily slaughtered if I don't rush towards him. So that's going to be fun. Alright, let's get the levy out of the way. And the sharpshooters. And have the modern infantry sorted. Now you guys need to be as long as possible. And so they're going to march straight forward. Let's have spearmen gun on the flanks, the levy on the left hook, and have the sharpshooters up on the right. Oops, I'll sort them out in a minute. Leave the general in the middle for now. Okay, so on those, and those grouped. Oops, that should have been group 5. They should have been group 4. Out of the way.
What is your command?
Let's unlock
Dismissed.
so I can deploy them how I like. And start battle
Today, sir,
Go.
we attack.
as quickly as possible. He's got bow cavalry.
Double nine standard. At the double.
So let's get up here to these guys. Saber cavalry against saber cavalry. Good, go. Katanas, let's have them. Okay. Have them go right. Parrot guns, you guys deploy down there.
Line infantry, sir.
Line infantry this way. Come on. Actually, let's have the guns deploy just there. You four deploy back here. This general, get out over here, out of the way.
Ready to attack, sir.
Saber cavalry, go get those cannons. Actually, no, get those bow cavalry. 'Cause they're going to cause me no end of havoc. So we've got katanas and cavalry going in against their bow cav. These guys can flank around the side a bit. Unlimber these cannons. Let's just send these katana guys in. Nothing like charging right in there. Where are you guys going? No, you stupid idiots, this way. So they're set up in defensive formation. I'll have them kneel fire. Oh, okay. Kneel fire.
Preparing to fire.
Meanwhile, let's drop an area bombardment in there. These guys can advance. Where's that modern infantry? You can advance up. We'll box them in up there. So my katanas are running. Along with my cavalry. But they're a delay really, just for me to get the rest set up. That bombardment should be arriving any time now. Here it comes. Oh, that was a nice hit right in the middle there. We've got massive volley fire coming in over here. Where's that general? Let's do that. Have a rally. Can we inspire these guys as well? No, they really are just running. Oops, wrong button. Close in fire against some spearmen, you aren't going to enjoy that. Yeah, they're already looking to run. Wavering. Broken, there they go. Guys should get in guard mode. Okay, my katana unit's coming back. Oh, what are you doing? Stop standing there getting shot at. Let's close this trap.
Your victory is close, sir.
Bring those modern units in a bit closer. All those sharpshooters. Fire the cannons at this clump here. Oh, that tore through them. Bodies everywhere. And here comes my next artillery. Let's drop it just there. Not sure it'll get here in time to do anything, but you guys focus on there. Now let's continue the battle, just to make sure as much of this dies as possible. Artillery bombardment should arrive soon.
Look,
Here it comes.
their allies run.
Oh, nice. See if we can get any more with these cannons. Come on. Got a few more. Oh, there's some more. I like these parrot guns, they're great fun. Just when they think they've escaped, not quite. And it's in the battle there. So we lost 815. They lost 2,334. It's a shame I had to sacrifice quite so many katana troops, but it held them in place for that big naval bombardment to come down, and for me to just get everyone else lined up, ready to hose them in a square formation. So kills wise, line infantry did a good job. It's probably shooting those spearmen as they charged at them. Parrot guns, well, that was fairly obvious that was going to happen, really. Yeah, the katanas took a lot of casualties. Never mind. We can replenish them. There's a town nearby. So, the Daimyo's increased in rank. And we got the call to arms ability. And he's run off up there with very little left in the way of troops. So I'm going to end that there, guys. We will continue next episode. Thanks for watching.